February 20th. There's the smell of old skin emanating from Angela's room. That's all that's left of her, poor thing. Just wish she had more stew in the fridge. The snow has kept me from getting more food. I did pull for a few spoonsful from the Tupperware containers. I know it may have been her, but I'm pretty sure not. I would know, wouldn't I? I mean, meat is meat, and there was a surprising amount of vegetable matter. There was definitely no skin in it, which as well as being healthier, lends me to believe he left it piled up in her closet. I have my tiger blanket for warmth and security. I don't need to consider actually wearing her at night. It might give her some comfort. She was not attractive, but she always smiled at me, and we were two lonely people in a cold, isolated condition. Being together on some nights lent us a semblance of peace and imbued in us a fleeting sense of security, of safety, of maybe not being glowered over by that half-human grotesquerie in the middle room. Snuffling and grunting, abusing himself at all hours, peering through the holes in the walls. My God, can you blame us for seeking some solace? To try to drown out the prehistoric yowls emanating from his moss-covered cave with some frenzied screaming of our own? No, you can't. And if you do, you're no better than him. We came together. She was tentative, but the scent of her desire was strong. Those inane conversations, right? I had thought her to be a simpleton. The way she would look at me sideways when I soaked my toast. Such a tease. I would turn to the sink, and then when I turned back, she'd be gone. Until the next time I heard her step licentiously from her room, the door creaking just a bit where I had bent the hinge. Then I would emerge, her knight, her animus, her master, as she saw me anew each time. Her sudden intake of breath, unequivocal evidence of her deep, sloshing need. I would put a finger to her lips and nod at the door in the middle. She instantly understood and froze in her tracks, then invited me in with a look. He immediately started sniffing, then snorting and grunting as if he knew we were together and he hated us for it. But we didn't care. It was a slap in his face, a testament to our individuality. His oppressive presence might rob us of our sleep, but he could not stop us from expressing our humanity in the most honest, pure, carnal, ravaging, disgusting ways possible. Because that is the truth of humanity. We are never more real than when we open our minds and hearts and throw off the yoke of society's cold and judgmental mores, throw off the fear of that creature in the middle room, and throw off our threadbare cloaks of technologically mandated propriety. Those cameras, those rules, those stoplights and walk signs and those revolving doors, and the cops and the robbers and those chips in our phones that tell them all where we are. Well, screw them and their CCTVs. The only camera that matters is the one as eye trained on us as we rut in animalistic glory, your arms and legs flailing in ecstasy, your eyes glowing in pre-orgasmic craving, your teeth gnawing against the flesh of my arm and as you arch your back in coital bliss. She was so quiet afterwards, which I knew was her way of thanking me for seeing her submerged yearning, for pushing past her self-perceived limitations. I gathered my things and left, gently closing her door so as not to wake her. I stopped outside his room, and it was for once was strangely silent, like he knew he was powerless to stop us. And so had resigned himself to a corner of soft moaning. I pointed myself at him through the door. A challenge, not a threat. Be human, I invoked silently. Come back. Your descent into depravity can be taken here. No need to scrounge through the filth of your own excrement-covered carpet. Tusked and groaning, your satanic incisors rooting for meaning, come back. But in response, I heard nothing. I leaned against the portal and I can't say. There's no guarantee. He was unaware. It still shames me. We become what we hate. And now she is just a few bowls of Tupperware stew and a pile of frozen epidermis in a closet, and in a room in a house on a street by the train tracks that go on, carrying away the last shreds of innocence. That pure look at a sunny day, that first tonguey taste of a hard chocolate ice cream cone, the time the dog licked your face as you lay on the sidewalk pretending to be dead. Gone. One car at a time. And she goes with them. All because she happened to move into a house with a transmorphous mutatinous monster in the middle room. I crept inside myself and I cry. I cry for the light. I cry for the Muslims, for the buzzing wasps crawling dirge-like across the foot in my head.